This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you again for joining us for another class at my College of Advanced Football Handicapping. Another big weekend coming up here, a lot to talk about. You might want to get out a sheet of paper and a pencil and make yourself some notes. I think I might be able to put you on a winner or two. You know, Thursday night, kicking off the week with a 50-unit blowout play, coming back on Friday night, going for my 5th consecutive Friday night football winner. And then Saturday, another big day. The last 2 Saturdays I've won a 200-unit play in college football. Last week, Fresno State over Colorado. The week before that, Louisiana Monroe over Tulane by 53 points. I have to dance again Saturday. I've got another team that I'm releasing at the 200-unit level, has every single edge but one minor one, and should just rock and roll as did Fresno and Louisiana Monroe. And it might be of interest to you to know that I have not lost a blowout game this season. I've released 5 blowout games this season, designated as such. 2-0 in 200-unit plays, 2-0-1 in 100-unit plays. So going for my 5th consecutive winner on Saturday in this 200-unit play, then coming back on Sunday with my 100-unit NFL upset game of the year. Absolutely believe that that I've got a team that'll win straight up by maybe as much as 2 touchdowns, even as an underdog. There's a lot to talk about today, and I want to get right into it. You know, first of all, I want to discuss what I have said is the Notre Dame factor in handicapping the college games on Saturday. You know, there's a good chance that Notre Dame is going to come out ranked #1 in the first BCS poll that comes out on Sunday. You know, I have my own opinions and my own feelings. I can't knock Notre Dame. Notre Dame is 5-0, played a quality schedule and has won and done so impressively. But I don't think Notre Dame is the best football team in the country. I think Alabama is. I think Oregon is better than Notre Dame. I think that South Carolina is better than Notre Dame. But we'll get to all that, you know, in just a minute. The Notre Dame factor is simply this: you have many teams, maybe as many as 15, who have a legitimate chance to play for the BCS championship. They're all in action, with the exception of Oregon on Saturday, and you can take it to the bank that in the back of their minds is the fact that all the rumors say Notre Dame will come out ranked #1 in the first BCS poll, and as you know, the 2 teams that finished ranked 1 and 2 play for the national championship. Nobody wants to give an inch, I can tell you right now, and any team that has is among those 15 or so that have a legitimate chance to win the NCAA championship, these teams are going to fire their best shot. You cannot handicap any game involving any of these teams without adding to the equation the element of the Notre Dame factor. Just keep it in mind because it's going to be very, very important. You know, for the record, my top 10 teams won't be any surprise to you. They're listed on this website. Alabama #1, Oregon #2, South Carolina #3, Notre Dame #4, West Virginia #5, Florida #6, Kansas State 7, and then rounding out the top 10, LSU, Clemson, and Ohio State. Very interesting facts about some of today's big games, and let's just run them down. You know, we have Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a 3-point favorite. The total is 58.5. Oklahoma 7-3 the last 10 years against Texas, 4-1 the last 5. Last year, Oklahoma was an 11-point favorite and won 55-17. There's many people who think that that Oklahoma's coaching staff has the number of Texas's coaching staff, and it might just be so. Once again, I don't really have any opinion on the game. It's always an interesting affair to watch, but Texas and Oklahoma meeting in Dallas. Oklahoma a 3-point favorite. Now Kansas State's going to get a real test at Iowa State. Iowa State very underrated. Kansas State goes into this game undefeated, a 7-point favorite, with a total of 48. Now, Kansas State is going for its 5th consecutive win against Iowa State. They've been winning their games by a margin of 28 points, knocked off Oklahoma and Norman in a major upset, and won this game last year against Iowa State 30-23. But Iowa State is a very underrated football team, especially at home, and their only loss this season was at home to Texas Tech in a game that was very close until the last quarter. So Kansas State at Iowa State, a 7-point favorite, might be a tough ball game, period, for Kansas State. Now we have Alabama at Missouri. Alabama is a 21-point favorite with a total of 43.5. Some interesting facts about this. You know, Alabama comes into this off a bye week, been winning its games by an average of 33 points. Missouri joined the SEC this season, and I'm sure felt that they would at least be competitive, but it really hasn't worked out. Missouri's 0-3 in the SEC. Lost at home to Georgia 41-20, lost at South Carolina 30-10, and then last week got upset by a mediocre Vanderbilt team, mediocre for the SEC, 19-15. You can bet Alabama's going to turn up the heat in this game, and you know my temptation would be to lay the 21. That's just the way I feel about it, especially since you can throw the Notre Dame element into the handicapping equation, and Missouri will be without its starting quarterback. Stanford at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite, a total of 44.5. Notre Dame opened at 10 in this game, by the way. Notre Dame is winning its games by an average of 21 points, and once again, as I said, I'm not knocking Notre Dame. They come out on top. They come out on top in the BCS this week. They played a quality schedule. There's nothing you can say bad about them. They're playing very well. Notre Dame is 7-3 in its last 10 games with Stanford, but it's kind of interesting that Stanford has won the last 3 as a favorite. Last year got the money against Notre Dame 28-14. Now we have a game that you know, to me would be quite a difficult one for both these teams, and both of them are in the running for a BCS championship game bid. Now, South Carolina last week exposed Georgia as a possible pretender rather than a contender, buried Georgia 35-7. An acid test and passed it in flying colors. Now they go from playing at home against Georgia to LSU, which is in a bounce upward form off a 12-6 loss at Florida, and after this game, South Carolina gets to go to Florida. It's tough in the SEC, and you've got to be tough to play. LSU's a modest favorite in this game. I believe the last time I looked, it was 2.5 or 3. Tough game. I think it'll be good football. The only comment that I have is LSU is really challenged on offense, and you don't know what kind of form that South Carolina is going to be in, coming off a giant win, emotional win over Georgia. And once again, LSU in the bounce back form. My suggestion on this game would be a nice game to sit back and watch. Now let's review what's coming up this weekend. As I said earlier, another 200-unit play in college football, using a team that has a 100% chance to win, as have all the others, a 90% chance to cover the number, looking for another blowout win. My prediction is the team I'm using will win by at least 3 touchdowns above the point spread, and that's a big, big number. On Sunday, on Saturday, another 50-unit college game of the week, and then my best bets package, a 3-teamer highlighted by the USC at Washington game. All these games available on my website and toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. All credit cards accepted. On Sunday, another big day, my 100-unit NFL upset game of the year. 4-1 of my 50-unit NFL games of the week, going for another one on Sunday, and then another 3-team Best Bets Club package highlighted by a 15-unit play on the Giants at the San Francisco 49ers game. I'll be back here on Sunday morning with a complete NFL report. Just remember that all the games we've discussed are available on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted. Thanks again.